Most fitness plans focus entirely on the initial weight loss, but the real physiological challenge starts 6 months later, when the goal shifts to keeping that fat off for good. Before we break down the biology of how to do that, a quick reminder. This is for educational purposes. Always consult a physician before making significant changes to your diet or exercise routine. Many people fall into the skinny fat trap. They see the scale drop, look softer in the mirror, feel weaker in the gym, and lack any muscle definition. This usually stems from the mainstream myth that fat loss requires massive caloric restriction, combined with hours of exhausting high-intensity cardio. When you treat fitness as a form of physical punishment, your body enters a state of biological panic. It might drop weight for a few weeks, but this stress triggers a cycle of temporary loss and rapid, inevitable weight regain. To fix this, we have to recognize that the human body is a survival machine, designed to hoard energy for future use. As this gauge shows, extreme diets send your energy into the red. Your body responds by putting fat stores on lockdown. Because muscle is metabolically expensive, your body cannibalizes its own muscle tissue to refill the tank before touching locked fat cells. Forcing the body to eat its own muscle makes long-term progress impossible. Reaching your goal safely requires a 5-rule system that works with your biology rather than against it. Rule 1. Establish a slight, highly controlled calorie deficit, roughly 10 to 15% below your daily maintenance level. This directly contradicts the common yet misguided belief that eating as little as possible always leads to the best results. A minor deficit prevents the body's emergency lockdown response. It creates a small enough energy gap that the body comfortably taps into stored fat to make up the difference. Rule 2. Keep protein intake high and simplify your meal choices. Predictable, pre-planned meals significantly reduce the daily decision fatigue that so often leads to accidental, high-calorie late-night snacking. Protein also utilizes the thermic effect of food. This diagram shows how your body burns more calories simply to digest and break down protein compared to fats or carbohydrates. Consuming enough protein provides the necessary raw materials for your body to repair and maintain muscle tissue while you are losing fat. A modest deficit encourages the mobilization of fat, while high protein intake preserves the muscle tissue needed to maintain your physical shape. For activity, Rule 3 focuses on low-intensity movement, 7,000 to 10,000 steps of daily walking. Spending countless hours doing intense cardio is simply not a requirement if your main goal is sustainable fat loss. High-intensity training often spikes cortisol and triggers uncontrollable hunger, making your diet much harder to sustain. Walking bypasses the body's quick sugar fuel tanks. It relies on slow-burning energy drawn directly from stored body fat, allowing you to burn calories without destroying your recovery. Rule 4. Lift weights specifically to protect your muscle mass. Many beginners incorrectly view cardio as the tool for fat loss and lifting as the tool for getting bulky. Lifting heavy weights sends a survival signal to your brain. This flowchart shows how that signal forces your body to maintain muscle tissue for daily use, which redirects your calorie deficit to pull energy exclusively from stored fat. Walking burns fat quietly in the background, while weightlifting provides the stimulus that keeps your aesthetic shape intact. Rule 5 is the most overlooked step, building a deliberate maintenance phase once you hit your goal. A calorie deficit is a temporary tool used to reach a destination. It is not a sustainable, long-term lifestyle. As this weight graph illustrates, hitting your milestone is where the risk of rebounding is highest. To stay lean, you have to transition to the green maintenance line to establish a new physiological baseline. This involves gradually increasing your daily intake back to a neutral level, where you are no longer in a deficit but your weight remains stable. Success depends on mastering this transition. It is the difference between a temporary weight loss phase and a permanent change to your physique. To recap, use a slight deficit, eat high protein, walk daily, lift heavy, and transition into a maintenance phase. Consistency over time is the variable that matters most. Maintaining 80% of this system for 6 months leads to better results than 3 weeks of perfect adherence followed by a total collapse. Your assignment for the next 7 days is to pick one measurable action, hit a specific step count, reach a protein goal, or track your lifting reps. Just pick one and execute. Building a lean body requires the execution of a predictable biological system. Subscribe to join the next phase of the blueprint and leave a comment with the one habit you are starting today.